Good afternoon, traders. How we doing? This is Mitch from Beginner Trader here. Gonna teach you my top 2 penny scalping strategies here. Let's go ahead and take a look. These are low risk, high reward trades. Gonna have high accuracy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the step-by-step tutorial. Welcome to Beginner Trading. Alright traders, the first trade we're going to look at here is called the red to green move. The red to green move, the first thing I like to do is find the resistance pre-market that I'm going to use as support to use the red and green move. As you see here, we find the support here at the 780 using the 5-minute multi-time frame. So now we know where the key support should be for the intraday. Now we see a little bit closer towards the open. We see kind of that drive down here. This is really what we want to go ahead and look at. We're looking for that drive down below to get to that support. Once we get to that support, we're going to have an ability to go ahead and get in there and then take the trade up to the resistance, looking for a good breakout. You know, one of the key things is when we see the open, we want to see kind of an indecision or a direct move down. In this case for RKDA, we're getting kind of that indecision right here. And when we got indecision, we need to just wait and look for the pattern to fully develop here. As you're going to see, the pattern kind of trying to break out there, really can't. Shorters coming right back into the trade, and then this indecision mode. What we're really waiting for is just patiently waiting for an entry here at the 780 pull down to support. It tries one last time to ride up there to 860s, really can't get up there, and then you see the shorters are going to start stepping in here, pulling the stock down. This is when you really got to start getting ready to get your entry. Really what you want to do is know where your entry should be, because now that you have this indecision, this is a stock that really tried to break, pull back down here. I'm going to take my first little bit right here, boom, I'm going to go 5,000 shares there. Then we're going to add another 2,500 shares. Now we got that full position. The real key here, guys, is going to be the risk. The risk here is going to be 770. We got 17-cent risk here, and we're going to go ahead and look for a breakout to our first resistance. Once we get our first breakout to resistance, we can sell 3/4 or 5/6 of the position. In this case, we're going to go ahead and sell 5,000 up there when it breaks out to 860, and then looking to scalp it even further up there to that 880. The real key is you want to take profits, and from this point on, it's absolutely risk-free. If it comes down to your entry at 788, you're going to go ahead and stop out of this position. But from here, you can go ahead and let this scalp up there to that 880s and see how far you can really let this stock ride up there. You know, this is one of my favorite trades because of the psychology of everyone getting kind of faked out, shorters in the beginning, longs in the beginning, and now that indecision really creates this buyback here at this position where we get out there at the 880s. The real key I like to see is really when we hold that trend line, because when we hold this trend line, it's going to give us an ability to really see the momentum come into the stock and let it keep riding up there for that scalp. And this is the red to green trade on penny stocks. Here we got the high of the day momentum breakout move. What we really want to see in this trade is see a nice flag pattern or pennant pattern that has a good trend line. And then of course we want to see a good support action happen here. We want to see the bag buyers taking up that support, and then when we really get that breakout, we want the volume to come right back into the trade, because without volume we can't get confirmation here, guys. So once we're getting this breakout through the trend line, the real key is going to be in this trade is where can we measure risk, because where we can measure risk is really going to be important in this trade here, guys. So once we're getting this momentum push, you want to see it push past and then come back to that trend line, holding that trend line, confirming that trend line hold, and then seeing the continuation of volume come into the stock. We're really trying to buy the stock as it breaks towards the high of the day and get that breakout momentum as it continues on towards that breakout. Especially being here next to that whole dollar, we're always looking for those whole dollar breakouts. We know that as we approach those whole dollars with that big momentum, we can really get that nice breakout and that continuation. Here we go, get the stock to break out through that trend line, and now we're looking for it to hold. It pulled back to 920s, really held that 920s. Now we know where we get the risk off of. We see this momentum push, boom, we're in there. We're looking for it to break out. We're going to go ahead and get this breakout here. And as we get this breakout, the emotions are going to be riding high in this trade. You just want to see it hold the high of the day now. The high of the day is really what you want to see it, because that's where your entry should be near. You want to see it extend past it, maybe pull back to it, but really get that momentum push. As we get this pullback here, you're going to see on the next candle, it's going to pull back to that 977 level, and the high here is 976. Really, that's going to be the key. Watch as the pullback happens and it gets scooped up and breaks out towards that 10, as we're looking to get at least 40 cents in this trade, because our risk is 40 cents. So we want to at least get a 1-to-1 and then look for that 1.5 trade. As a scalper, you're going to be looking for 1-to-1 trades at the minimum, and that way you can go ahead and have an accuracy rate of above 50% and still be break even. As we get this pullback to that 976, you see that hold of that high of the day. We get this momentum push. I sell the first shares here, 4,000 shares, and then I look to get the next shares as the momentum stops up here at the 940s. Boom. And then we're out of the trade. We take this trade. It's one of the best trades out there for penny stocks. I think it's definitely reliable. One of the key things is going to be always, if you use it with a flag and a pennant with that volume confirmation, as you see the high volume in the stock come in, and that's really what gets it through that $10 and whole dollar and really breaks it above. The real key is once you take that first profit in any scalp, you're going to hold to your break even no matter what. You're looking for that momentum push, and if it doesn't keep pushing, you try to sell it at the top of the candle and you get out on the momentum. Alright traders, that's going to do it for tonight, and if you like videos just like this, go ahead and check out our other content at Beginner Trading. And don't forget guys, we trade live every single day starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Go ahead and join us, and like always guys, beginner in, beginner out.